Hello guys, Daniel aka Phoenix here with the second episode of the List series. This is a series I started last week on Sunday. It is my new Sunday series where I tell you guys my favorite order of a certain thing. So last week I did the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, and this week I am going to be doing the Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings / Hobbit films. So let's get right into this. My sixth favorite and the least favorite one of mine out of all 6 of these movies, but does not mean that it's a bad movie, is The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey. It introduced the Hobbit series in a quite slow. It was quite slow. It was kind of like a drag at the beginning, but once it started going, it was a very enjoyable film, and I liked it a lot. So just because it was slow paced, it still had pretty good characters. They could have been better, but I still think it's a very great movie. I will sit down and watch it anytime I can if I want to. So yeah, that's my least favorite out of. These are all great movies. Coming in at number 5 is The Hobbit: The Desolation of Smaug. A lot of people put this higher than Battle of the Five Armies, but there's something about The Desolation of Smaug that just, I don't know, it just bores me to death. Like, the beginning is cool, but that second act is just so slow for me. Like when they're in Lake Town, and Lake Town just kind of just puts me to sleep, man. I just can't really handle it. And then there's all the darkness stuff going around in the background with Gandalf and everything, and it's kind of just like, alright, and moving away from our story, we're covering this, but while all this stuff is still going on, it's like, can we stick with them the whole movie? And that would be a little more enjoyable, you know? But whatever. At the end, I really liked when Smaug showed up, and Benedict Cumberbatch did an amazing job as the dragon himself. And so yeah, I think that's like the beginning and the end, the first and third acts are very, very enjoyable, and that's why I think it's better than that. Definitely faster paced in those parts than An Unexpected Journey. Number 4 is the last Hobbit movie. It is Hobbit: The Battle of the Five Armies. There was so much closure to this. It was very fun. Not as much as The Return of the King, but there's a lot of closure. It was kind of like emotional at the end, and all the fight scenes were really cool. I own the extended edition. That was really cool with all the the stuff they added, and like all the fight. It was just non-stop action, and it was just always like you were always involved in the story, and it was always pulling you in and just like showing you so much stuff, and it was like really cool. So I think it was a highly entertaining movie, and it paid homage to the entire series as a whole. Now moving into the number 3 spot is we get into the amazing Lord of the Rings movies. Now these movies are my favorite movies of all time. I just ordered all of them on an extended edition. So with number 3 we have The Two Towers. I liked it. Don't get me wrong, I love all 3 Lord of the Rings movies equally. Sometimes I consider them to be one huge movie. I will watch them. If you throw any Lord of the Rings movie at me, I will be like, heck yes, let's watch this. But I have to order them. And Two Towers, it's the middle one. I mean, it follows each different story, and I like that. But sometimes when we go to Pippin, Merry, and the trees, it gets kind of slow. So, but then we have a lot of other redeeming factors. I mean, Gandalf is great when he came back. I mean, story of Sam, Frodo, and Gollum is really good, and then Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli. It's like following all these different points of view on their journey that is eventually going to converge, and I think that is really cool what Peter Jackson did. Alright, now number 2 and number 1, I can flip-flop either way. I mean, it depends on my mood of the day which one I think is more enjoyable. But for number 2, by like maybe 1% difference, I'm gonna have to give it to The Return of the King. Amazing, amazing movie, don't get me wrong. This has action, this has characters, this has closure. Oh my god, the closure in this movie is crazy. And it just is the ultimate send-off to anything, and it just builds up to this final moment, and it just all happens, and it's so great. I can't believe I have to put it at number 2. If there was like a tie for 1, it would be this and the next movie. And that next movie is The Lord of the Rings: The Fellowship of the Ring. This movie started my movie loving experience. This introduced me to what real characters are, to what a good story is, and just this the fantasy thing that I am in love with now. We have like these people just traveling across the country, fighting evil creatures and stuff to do this one impossible task. And the end sequence of this movie is one of my favorite sequences in any movie, and it just has so many amazing moments. And the death at the end is the best movie death in all time from my experience, because I just love Lord of the Rings so much. So anyway guys, I think you guys can tell how much I love Lord of the Rings. They are my favorite movies. I love them to death. In my opinion, pretty perfect films. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to be covering next week in the list. I got a whole bunch of ideas. I can do Mission Impossible, I could do Jurassic World Park. It's Jurassic Park, it's not World. That is just a rebrand of the better. Okay, yeah. I mean, I could do Assassin's Creed, I could do Halo, I could do so many things. If you have anything in specific you want me to know, comment below that, or I'm probably just going to do Mission Impossible or something. Yeah, one of those films. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what your guys' favorite lists is for Lord of the Rings down in the comment section below. Anyways, guys, if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you're new. We are growing very fast, and I love that. This has been me, Daniel, aka Phoenix. I'm out.